moving right along, for those who have recently joined, welcome. So glad to have you here. We are wrapping up with our third and final danger about cuffing season. The first one was, yes, God pairs people based on purpose and assignments, not on desires, okay? Which is why we cannot think that that we cannot limit ourselves to being paired in a specific season that the world has dictated to us. No, we must recognize that if we are not walking in our assignment, there is no one waiting for us on the path outside of purpose, okay? Let me say that again. There are tons of options waiting for us on the path outside of purpose, but there is the one person, the purpose partner, is waiting for you on your purpose path, my dear, okay? Which is why we can't think that we can just be boot up, cuffed up, laid up in any season. We've got to go according to God's divine timing, okay? Our second sign, or our second danger about cuffing season, was that desperation leads to deception, okay? You running right past these red flags will deceive you, okay? Or being desperate will deceive you about the person that you are so intent on pursuing when you really need to be pursuing purpose, girlfriend, okay? And third and lastly, being countercultural woman. As women of God, we're countercultural, okay? If you didn't know that, girlfriends, we're countercultural here at Healed Woman, okay? The world says cuffing season, we say birthing season, okay? The world says, you can live together and have sex and do all these things before marriage, or heck, why even get married? And kingdom says, no, we're waiting on God's timing to have sex, to indulge the flesh till after marriage, okay? We are praying for our purpose partners, and we're not just dating casually, okay? We're counterculture in everything that we do. As daughters of the Most High, our lives are not going to look like everyone else around us, okay, dear friend? As daughters of the Most High, as daughters of a king, as a queen, your life is not going to look like the people in the kingdom, in the kingdom that you serve. Your life has to look distinct, girlfriend, which is why you are a queen, you are a king, you are called to a distinct path. As sons and daughters of the Most High, we are kings and queens in the kingdom, which is why we dwell at different levels, we eat at different levels, we do things differently, we elevate differently, we value different things, our systems, we live above the systems of the earth, my God. And we have to respect this distinction in our relationships. We must respect this distinction in our relationships. We are not called to conform or to resemble the world, okay, my dear? We are not called to look like the world. We are called to be set apart, okay? We are a city on a hill. We shine light in the darkness, girlfriend. We don't blend in with the darkness, but yet we permeate light and truth, okay? His truth. And we cannot do so if we are part of the crowd. If you're part of the crowd, you'll never stand out, my dear. God has pulled you apart, pulled you away for a special purpose. And when you realize that, you really won't desire to be part of the crowd. And this applies to our relationship life. Just because the world is saying it's a particular season right now does not mean that we are rushing to get into relationships because it's the time, okay? By ascribing to a particular season of relationships, you are essentially saying God's timing is best, okay? Give me a second. I think I wrote that a little bit wrong. By ascribing to a particular season to get into a relationship, okay? You're essentially saying that God's timing is not best. I'm sorry about that. You're essentially saying God doesn't know what he's doing. You're saying that he doesn't know how to pair you. You're saying he's not the best matchmaker because you're essentially saying, I am the God of my own life. I am the one who decides when I get in and out of relationships. I decide who my partner is. Oh, and honey, he will let you think that you do for a season. He will, okay? He'll let you run amok and run in disobedience and, he'll let you run. He will. He'll let you run for a season, but he will catch up, my dear. And when he catches you, he's going to remind you that he's the God in your life, okay? And that is when you will have the most eye-opening, probably very painful divine disruption, my dear. And you'll understand that he truly is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Prince of Peace. That yes, he is an ever-present help, a comforter, and a guide, but he's also the good shepherd. And when he comes to take his flock, oh, honey, you better be ready to go with him, He's going to come after the one. He really will. He'll come after the one sheep. He'll leave the 99 and come after you, boo, okay? When he comes after you, it's with his corrective rod and his directive staff. And sometimes the corrective rod kind of hurts, okay? The rod is what goes around the neck of the sheep to yank them back into submission. So the Lord will let you think. He'll let you run away, and he'll come after you. And when he does, he's going to remind you, hello, I still exist. I'm still your father. I'm still orchestrating this divine experience that you are merely a participant of. And this is how we do things in the kingdom, my daughter. This is how we do things in the kingdom, my son. And he's going to remind you of his plan and ask, do you still want to be a part of this? Okay, he'll never force you. You got that free will, girlfriend. He'll never force you. But once you say yes, it means you got to do things his way, the king's way, my dear. And doing things the king's way means that your life is not going to look like the world's way, okay? It's not going to look like the things of the world. It's not going to look like, what culture represents. And you have to be aware that you are saying yes to that type of life. That you are saying yes to going against, you're going upstream, going against what the world does. Which is why cuffing season, really, it's a hoax. If you didn't know that by now, girlfriend, cuffing season is a hoax, okay? We are not defined by the last 3 to 4 months of the year telling us when we can get into a relationship. No, way too many dangers in that timeline. When God says it's time, in his divine time, okay? When he says it's time, that's when it's time to either start preparing for marriage, to get into a relationship, to meet your spouse, okay? To start intentionally courting. It's not going to happen a minute sooner, especially if you are submitted to the king's time, okay? If you are waiting on a marriage promise in this season, rushing ahead of him will only land you in the arms of a counterfeit, my dear. Rushing ahead of him to try to get to your husband, to try to make that relationship work, to try to, get in before cuffing season ends, you're just going to end up in the arms of a counterfeit. You're going to end up jeopardizing the promise that he made you. In the story of Abraham and Sarah, you're going to create an Ishmael, girlfriend. Wait for Isaac. He's coming. I promise you. I promise you. Your Isaac is coming. He's on the way, girlfriend. You got to wait. You have to wait. Okay, girlfriend? And it's such a dangerous mindset to think that you can rush outside of God's timing. It really only backfires, girlfriend. It really only backfires. He can change everything around for good. He can. But do you really want to create a distraction, a detour, when you can just have the divine timing exactly as it was supposed to unfold? Okay? So, because I love you so much, I'm going to throw in a bonus reason why cuffing season is so dangerous for daughters of the Most High, okay? And this one is a positive one, okay? I know the other three were kind of just very they were convicting, okay? I'm here to convict, not condemn. I don't condemn anyone. That's not my role, okay? I'm right in the boat with you, girlfriend, okay? I've entertained counterfeits. I've rushed ahead of God's timing. I've done things out of season, and it backfired, okay? I only talk about things I've personally experienced, okay? Our bonus truth or danger, it's a truth about cuffing season, being counterculture can actually land you in the arms of a king, girlfriend. Which is why we've been talking about marriages so much, which is why I go so hard about marriages and waiting for the one and becoming the one to be with the one. Because there are so many examples. Our women of faith in the Bible, the big four, Eve, Ruth, Esther, and Rebecca, okay? Especially Esther and Ruth taught us that by serving, by being humble, you will be exalted, okay? By serving a God you may not even know, you will be exalted, okay? You will be taken care of. You will be provided for. You will be protected. And you will be given an elevated status in due time, my dear, okay? Which is why I call us queens, which is why I refer to us as queens. Because we are queens. We are the bride of Christ. We're already wives, okay, to the King of Kings. And you got to start walking like you know that, talking like you know that, acting like you know that. And he will absolutely introduce you to your earthly king, girlfriend, especially for those waiting and praying and warring in the spirit in this season for their kingdom spouse, for their future husband, okay? He's on the way, girlfriend, but you have to be found, ready, found. You have to be found as the wife, okay? He who finds a wife, she's already a wife when he finds you. You have to be found ready, girlfriend, which is why being counterculture, doing things the way the Lord says, can land you in the arms of a king. Because he will see you and he will recognize that is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. That is my wife. That is the woman God has for me. That is the person in whom I can find peace, make a home, build a future. This is the person he has made for me. He will be able to recognize that in you. Because he is also counterculture. He is also preparing to be, the godly husband God called him to be. Real, recognize real, girlfriend, okay? If you are hoping to be found, you need to be worthy when you are found, okay? All of the women of faith in the Bible followed a specific set of instructions to get to be elevated to the position that they were elevated to, my dear. I know I said that kind of weird, okay? All of the women of faith in the Bible followed a very specific set of instructions and had a very distinct heart posture when they were found, okay? Let me know in the comments if you all want me to do an entire video or entire lesson or series on kingdom wives and kingdom marriages. I am bursting at the seams to do stuff like that, okay? I would love to talk to you all about the big four in the Bible and women of faith and, you know, landing in the arms of a king and warring in the spirit for your marriage, okay? Being counterculture will land you in the arms of a king. Not just King of Kings, also an earthly king, especially those desiring marriage. God has a king for you. That's why he awakened that desire in you. But it's not going to happen before time. It's not. And if it does, it's a counterfeit, girlfriend. It's not the right season, okay? By choosing to not settle for a mediocre relationship in this season just because everyone else is doing it, you are literally positioning yourself to receive the blessing you're literally praying for, okay? To receive the literal blessing with your name on it. There's a blessing with your name on it. There's a person attached to your destiny. And by saying, no, Lord, I'm not going to ascribe to cuffing season. I'm going to wait for kingdom season, wait for my marriage season, okay? Walk confidently in this birthing season. You are literally positioning yourself to receive exactly what you are praying for. Wait for that. Wait for that man, wait for that marriage, wait for that promise, and walk confidently in what he's told you to do in this season. Oh, this was such a powerful word. How did you all receive this? Did you like this? Let me know in the comments down below, girlfriend. What resonated with you? What did you learn? What are you now aware of in this cuffing season? And how do you plan to stay away from the dangers of cuffing season? Okay, girlfriend? What else would you like to see on our Healed Woman Lives? I would love to deliver content that you actually want to see, that you all are asking in this season, that you all are desiring to know more about. So do let me know in the comments down below. I would love to answer those questions and start some interesting discussions according to your needs in this season. I am always praying for my Healed Women community. I love you all so much. Literally, this is my purpose, okay? This is what I was created to do, okay? And so walking in purpose, I'm just so grateful to even be the healed woman sitting in front of all these beautiful healed women, okay? All these queens, speaking to you and sharing my experiences and just helping us all level up, okay? If you like what you see, there's a whole series, season 1, Healed Woman Live, on my IG. Do feel free to check it out. We will be doing IG Lives every 1st and 3rd and 5th, in the case of today, Thursdays of the month. So I will see you I will see you next week, ladies. The first Thursday of October, I will see you next week, and we're going to be talking about something else juicy, some other hot tea we'll be breaking down. But in the meantime, do feel free to check out our videos and resources on IG at healed.woman or on Facebook, Healed Woman. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the other side of healing. Good night, girlfriends. Have a great night. Stay safe in this hurricane, y'all. Bye, y'all.